Hello and welcome to another weekly update. First, a quick apology for not doing an update last week. I was on holiday. I thought I might get time to do one, but it just kind of didn't work out. And actually, it was quite nice to have a week off. Gave me a chance to think through some stuff. I've got some really cool ideas for coming up to Ignite that I can share with you in the next couple of weeks, and you'll see some kind of interesting new content as well coming up as we get towards Microsoft Ignite. So Ignite's going to be the big thing between now and the end of the year, really, that we'll aim for. Plenty of interesting content will come out of Ignite, as you probably already know by now, but if you don't, I'm going to be a community reporter at Ignite. What that means for you guys is really good access to loads of information as it comes. So keep listening if this format is useful, but also check out the YouTube and check out Twitter. I probably won't do all the updates I'm doing for Ignite on these weekly updates. I'll try and keep these weekly updates focused on teams and development, because the stuff I'm going to be covering for Ignite is across the whole dev spectrum, the whole team spectrum, as well as lots of useful know before you go stuff, tips and tricks, and survival tips whilst you're there as well. All that being said, let's get into what we've missed over the last kind of 2 weeks worth of news and things that have been happening. So first in, fairly big thing for you if you're using the Microsoft Teams APIs right now on Graph, the beta APIs. Some APIs are going to be removed. So breaking changes, this will break your code if you're using them. So those API calls that are being removed are /teams/the ID /apps /channels and chat threads /ID and /channels. So those are well used, I would say. I've certainly used them. I use them. I've got blog posts that talk about how to send chat messages using them. I've got blog posts talking about how to iterate them in Flow using and also in PowerShell using those kind of get channel listings to get apps and to get chat threads and send chat threads. So those are probably I'd say they are well used APIs. I know it's a beta namespace. The functionality is not being removed. It's already available through different APIs that sort of make more sense. So 3 fairly large beta API namespaces being removed, so you need to go check your code. You probably need to re-architect your code or at least change the ID, change the URL calls. This is happening in the last week of September, so that is, I want to say, the week we are just going into. So you've just about got time if you act right now, but it is a right now thing you need to kind of get onto. I'll probably put this out as a blog post as well later today because it's kind of a biggie. Beta APIs change all the time. You're getting early access to them whilst they're still working them out. It turns out that the functionality made more sense to kind of live somewhere else in the graph tree, so that's why they're being removed. It all makes sense. You can't be mad at them for it. It's just one of those things that if you do have code that uses them, that's the flip side of writing code against beta APIs. You need to be able to respond to these changes. All right, what else? So a great blog post from Matt Landis about, we've talked about this before, about calling APIs and being able to use the calling APIs to make IVR style bots or bots that you can call. And a thing that we've been waiting for a really long time has been the ability to link that to an incoming PSTN number. So your users dial a PSTN number and it flows through to the Microsoft Teams calling API based bot, which answers the call and talks to you. Matt has this, and so his company, Landis Technologies, have a contact center that they've built all around this using this calling API center. And actually there's a number that Matt publishes. It's a US based number that you can dial and that will go into a call queue that is configured on their new contact center. So I encourage you to give this a try. Check it out, see how it goes, see how it works, talk to the folks there. They've built this whole contact center around it. It's pretty cool. I've seen it. Matt walked me through it. It's been around for a little while. I know Matt and the team there have been making it better and better over time. So it's kind of good to see a real world application of this being used. So go check it out because it's pretty cool.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, well, there we go. So that's Siri on my watch. Latest iOS update happened overnight, and either I was leaning on it or I said some magic invocation words. But anyway, thanks Siri, but not today. Something else that happened just before I went away actually was a video I did, and we are now stepping slightly into Ignite territory. But I want to leave you with two kind of really kind of feel-good stories. So first 5 minutes of this update, we did a couple of hard-hitting pieces of news, so breaking changes around the Teams API stuff, and then some kind of cool calling API, PSTN stuff. Now I want to kind of gently cruise you down into the weekend, or what's left of it, with a couple of stories. So two stories I've got that make you kind of feel good about choosing Microsoft, about choosing Teams, and the direction that the Teams team and Microsoft in general are taking all of this stuff. The first is a video that I published straight to YouTube, but I didn't blog about. And again, this is Ignite content, but it's kind of worth knowing, even if you're not going to Ignite, it's worth knowing this happens. So I'll put a link to the video, and the big piece of news in the video really is that Microsoft Ignite this year is going to have free childcare. So I'll just let you digest that. So there'll be the ability to register for complimentary off-site childcare for attendees at Ignite. And I thought that was really cool. I thought it was so cool. I did a little video about it, and I included my own daughter in that because it sort of made sense. Childcare, right? So you can go and watch the video if you want. It's only a couple of minutes long, and really a bit of information about the childcare. But I just thought it was a nice thing for Microsoft to do, and that's why I wanted to do the video about it. The other thing I would encourage you to read this weekend is a bit of kind of slightly longer form weekend reading. And it's one of these kind of nice stories where Microsoft become aware of a problem and apply technology to solve it. And it's based around an organisation in Germany that looks after terminally ill children and babies. And the founder, the person who runs this, attended a Hackfest in Germany, and through that process got synced up with some people at Microsoft, and they've kind of applied technology, specifically Microsoft Teams and some AI, to really kind of revolutionize how that organization works, and how essentially you can make happier children, and how you can make life better for those who are kind of terminally ill and are really kind of struggling. And it's nice for Microsoft to kind of step in and apply their technology where it makes sense. What's been kind of interesting, that's go and read that anyway, because that's a great story to make you feel good about choosing Microsoft and how Microsoft are doing good in the world. It's interesting though, looking at what's coming into Ignite, so many of the sessions, and there's some really interesting, not just technical sessions at Ignite, there's a lot of unconference sessions as well, which I'll do kind of more information on as we kind of ramp up towards Ignite. But a lot of the unconference sessions are about doing good in the world, about applying technology where it makes sense, and trying to kind of move the needle a bit. And I think it's good to see Microsoft doing that. It's a nice differentiator as well, and it's the right thing to do. And why not? We have all this technology. We spend a lot of time and effort in learning how it works and making it really kind of dance for us. It makes sense to kind of apply that knowledge for good in the world. All right. I think that's everything I want to talk about this week. Have a great weekend, what's left of it, and have a great week next week. Again, like I say, look out for more content from me towards more Ignite-based stuff on Twitter and on YouTube. So YouTube is thoughtstuff.co.uk/video. Twitter is TOMORGAN. Reminder, I'm going to be a community reporter. Loads of that content coming out over the actual week of Ignite as well. There's really exciting stuff we're talking about. I can't wait to share with you. It's going to be really good fun. And that's what I'm going to go and do now. I'm going to go and prep some content that's going to come out in the next kind of couple of weeks that I'm quite excited about. So that's what I'm going to go and do. I hope whatever you're going to do, you enjoy it, and I will speak to you again next week.